The Mixed Earners Unemployment Compensation Program, also known as the MEUC program, was created by Congress as part of the Federal Continued Assistance for Unemployment Workers Act of 2020. This presentation will cover the basics of MEUC and explain how you can file for MEUC benefits in Missouri. As its name implies, the MEUC program is designed for mixed income workers. This means that it's for individuals who have both wages from self-employment and from taxable employers who issue a W-2 after year end. In order to qualify for MEUC benefits in Missouri, you have to meet the following requirements. First, you must have earned at least $5,000 in self-employment income in the most recent taxable year prior to your application for your regular unemployment benefits. Second, you must be receiving benefits from one of the following types of claims: regular unemployment, Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation, also known as PEUC, shared work, or trade readjustment allowances, also known as TRA. Third, in order to receive MEUC benefits for a certain week, you have to be eligible for at least $1 of regular PEUC, shared work, or TRA unemployment benefits for that same week. This means if you're denied benefits for a particular week, you also will not receive MEUC benefits for that week. And fourth, you're required to submit documentation which proves that you have at least $5,000 in self-employment income during the taxable year prior to the year in which you filed for your regular unemployment benefits. Your MEUC claim application is not complete without documented proof of your self-employment income. If you're receiving pandemic unemployment assistance benefits, this is also known as PUA benefits, you are not eligible to receive MEUC benefits. As mentioned earlier, you're required to submit documentation proving that you've earned at least $5,000 in self-employment income in the most recent taxable year prior to the year in which you filed an application for regular unemployment benefits. If you filed your regular unemployment claim in 2020, you will need to submit documentation for the taxable year 2019. If you filed your regular unemployment claim in 2021, you will need to submit documentation for the taxable year 2020. Documents that are acceptable proof to show your self-employment income for a taxable year include your federal income tax return with related schedules C, E, F, and SE. Please note that if your tax return is a joint return, you must submit proof of your individual self-employment income. A Form 1099 miscellaneous is also acceptable proof. And you may submit proof in the form of paycheck stubs, bank receipts, business records, ledgers, contracts, invoices, and billing statements. So how do you file an MEUC claim? The fastest way to file is by going online to uinteract.labor.mo.gov. This takes you to the UInteract login screen. If you don't have an account set up, look under the blue login button on the left-hand side of the screen and click on the link that says Don't have an account? Create one. Then follow the prompts to set up your user ID and password. After you log into UInteract, you can file your MEUC claim application by clicking on the Unemployment Claim tab at the top of the page and selecting File MEUC. You can also click on Unemployment Claim in the middle of the screen beside the first green arrow. You should now see the File MEUC Claim screen. On that screen, read the information at the top regarding MEUC, and then answer either yes or no to question number 1 about your self-employment income. If you have your documentation proving that you have at least $5,000 in self-employment income for the most recent taxable year prior to filing your regular unemployment claim, you can go ahead and upload that documentation by clicking on the Browse button under question number 2. If you don't have your documentation ready to upload, you can still file your MEUC claim application, but your claim cannot be completed until your documentation is provided. You will need to submit your documents within 15 days of filing your MEUC claim application. If your documentation is not submitted within those 15 days, the MEUC claim will be denied. When you're finished with the File MEUC Claim screen, simply click on the Submit button. After clicking Submit, you'll receive confirmation that your application for MEUC benefits has been submitted. Continue filing your weekly requests for payment for each week you wish to request unemployment benefits. If you're not familiar with that process, our weeks begin on Sunday and end on Saturday. Wait until after each week ends, then log in to UInteract, click on Weekly Request for Payment and File Weekly Request for Payment, and then answer the questions presented. If you work at all during the week for which you're requesting payment, you must answer yes to the question about working and report the gross amount of your earnings for the week. After you've finished answering all of the weekly requests for payment questions, click on Submit. Once your MEUC claim application has been completed and reviewed, the division will notify you of the outcome. If you have any additional questions, you can go online to labor.mo.gov and click on Unemployed Workers to review the frequently asked questions. Labor.mo.gov and uinteract.labor.mo.gov also offer a virtual assistant to help you with your questions, and they provide videos that you may find helpful. Finally, if you're unable to find the information you need using one of our websites, please feel free to contact one of our 4 regional claims centers at the numbers provided here.